Yes, people, how are we doing? Welcome back to AIN Sports for another live show, and this is Beyond the Ball. Welcome back, Josh. It's been 2 days, but listen, our clips have kind of done well, haven't they? Our clips have done well. We posted some clips on the channel. If you haven't done so already, check it out. Make sure you guys smash the like button on your way in. Let's get to 15 likes. Smash that subscribe button as well. Let's get a 370 by the end of today's video, if possible. 370 subs. Josh, welcome back, bro. We've got lots to discuss about, especially transfers and the topic we have in the title. But hope you're well, man. Welcome back.
I am doing well, Akoven. I'm doing very well. Signing the top scorer in Europe over the last 2 seasons is going to put you in a good mood, albeit
Of
it's not
course.
officially announced yet, but he's supposed to have his medical today. We've got a good topic to discuss for this podcast, and transfers are always a good thing to talk about as well, so I'm looking forward to it.
100%, 100%. But obviously, the big question we're asking is what next for Arsenal now? What next for Arsenal in the transfer window now? I mean, you've got Gyökeres done, medical, pending a medical. You've got Eze potentially on his way. Rodrigo, I don't see that happening. Don't see Rodrigo happening. I see you guys maybe going for another left winger though. I think you must left winger. But what next for Arsenal, man? I mean, you've got Mosquera over the line. Zubimendi done. He's been announced. Um, I mean, take it away. You've got
Well, Akoven, Arsenal started their pre-season tournament 2 days ago. We beat AC Milan 1-0. The likes of Kepa, Norgard, big up Arian, Kepa, Norgard.
beat, beat, beat my AC Milan.
Yes, indeed we did. Well,
They
you
won.
beat us on penalties afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Zubimendi came on for the second half as well.
Yeah.
They look self-assured right now. I think Kepa saved 3 penalties in the shootout despite being on the losing side. In terms of what's next for Arsenal, I said it last stream, Akoven, 2 words: Eberechi, Eze.
Yeah.
We need to sign him, especially if Liverpool sign Isak as well. But even disregarding that, Eze and Rodrigo, that would signal ambition that we have not seen at this club since the signing of Reyes in 2004, since Mesut Ozil 2013.
Yeah.
No matter what our title rivals are doing, we need to sign those 2 players, in my opinion, not just as a signal of intent, but in order to maximise our chances of winning something. I've repeated time and time again on this podcast and on this channel in general. Under Arteta, I don't think we'll win anything because I don't think he's the mentality we need. And I think
Mm.
that under the Kroenkes, we're never going to win the Premier League or the Champions League because they simply don't have the mentality. They have this stupid self-sustaining policy, one in, one out, which we're
Mm.
probably going to have to go through now. We're going to have to
Yeah.
sell the likes of Lukonga, Vieira, Zinchenko, Lukonga. Well, did I say Lukonga?
Yeah.
Like all
Look.
these fringe players, all these fringe players, which is going to take a lot of time. It's not the ambition that you want your club to see.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool, they've just won the league and they're signing Ekatike. I think that's how you pronounce it. We're
Yeah.
about to sign Isak, most likely. They've signed Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong. I think they've
Correct.
signed some other fella as well, Kirkes.
They
Like
might
these are
get.
the Premier League champions.
Don't forget, if Konate leaves, Guehi is coming in as well potentially. Liverpool got Guehi.
Exactly. That's what the Premier League champions are doing, Ackerman. This is a club that have finished second 3 times in a row, and
Mm.
we're just not like we're moving well so far, but we need to make serious statements of intent, and we need to maximise our chances of winning trophies because football isn't about phases. Football isn't about net spends. Football is about opportunities. If there's an opportunity, you fucking grab it. We had 2 golden opportunities 2020, 22, 23, and 23, 24. We
Yeah.
threw them both away. We had a good opportunity to win the Champions League last year. We threw it away. No strikers in January. That's not the ambition of a big club. We need to start acting like a big club. And I feel that the likes of Eze and Rodrigo, and for me, a creative midfielder to replace Erdegaard, and I think we'll be good to go. And like I said, I want Arteta out anyway. I've wanted him out since he's done fuck all last season. But if he can't win with these players, with these tools at his disposal, he's got to go. Simply. And he's
Here.
got to go anyway, in my opinion. But surely the general consensus must be he's got to go. 6 years without a trophy. We're about to hit £800 million spent in his tenure. It's just not good enough, Hakan.
I hear you, bro, 100%. I mean, Arteta said this is his last chance. Like I said, this is 100% his last chance to definitely win something, or definitely take Arsenal back to the top. Because otherwise, it could be curtains for him. It's been what 21 years now, 20 years, 21 years.
It's good. It's good. It's good. We're going on 22 years once it hits 2026.
So, I mean, you need to really take this transfer window as a huge opportunity for Arsenal, because Eze, if you get Eze, you play him in that middle and get a left winger, I reckon Arsenal is set for the Premier League title. You're definitely up there. I reckon you're better than Man City on paper. Squad, you're better than City on paper. We don't know for sure. I think you are better than City as of right now, up until we see next season. Because last season you slapped Man City 5-1.
Yeah.
And, other than that, like you've had I mean, I wouldn't say you had a better season, or no one's really had a better season. It's just been a mix. I think it's a mixture of poor. I mean, the fact that City still managed to finish third just tells you how bad the Premier League was.
Only 3 points behind us as well.
Even 1 win in 13. This tells you how bad the Premier League really is. So,
and that's not because Liverpool won it, although that's probably Akerman's reasoning. It was a poor league in general, but that takes nothing away from Liverpool. Need to count that out, ASAP.
100%. But the thing is, like, this is the most serious I've seen Arsenal in the transfer window for so long. Andrea Berta, for me, is the real deal for you guys. I think you need to back this guy. He is the one that's going to take you to new heights with this club, because he can make the decision to be like, okay, Arteta, go. You go. We bring in a new manager. He's the one that makes the decision. He's the central of the decision. He and the manager will communicate. So this is going to be what you need, and especially with Josh Kroenke. I know you're not a big fan of the Kroenkes, but you have to give credit to Josh Kroenke where it's due. He's given Andrea Berta and Arteta the money to go and spend for you guys this summer, with hardly any sales made as well. So this is already a good start for you. Where I see it, I still think Liverpool are the best team in the Prem. For me, obviously they're the Premier League champions. On paper, Liverpool are the best team going into the season. I would reckon you and Chelsea are up there. City as well are up there. It's definitely those 4 teams for me that's going to finish in the top 4. I don't see anybody, not even Man United, not even Newcastle, not Spurs, nobody gets into that top 4. It's just going to be not in order: Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal. That's the top 4 for me next season. I don't even think it's up for debate, personally.
Well, Ackman, I told you off camera, football surprises you. Football isn't played on paper. Yes, on paper, Liverpool have the best squad, but does that mean they're going to win the Premier League again?
Who knows?
No, we don't know. And quick disclaimer: I love that headline at the bottom as well. That alone is worth 360 subs. So get Ackman up to there. Come on.
We're 360 subs. We're 365 already. 365 already.
375 subs. That's the next mini goal. But anyway, yes, Ackman, I agree with you completely. I think we spent a lot 2 summers ago, but a lot of that budget went on Kai Havertz, which kind of takes away from the money we were spending, because it was a complete, I don't know, that signing just makes 0 sense other than money laundering, which I've discussed before on this podcast, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, Ackman. We've signed Wanyeri to a new contract. It's yet to be announced, but it's pretty much confirmed by Ornstein and whatnot. We signed Lewis Skelly and Gabriel to new contracts. But like I said, our biggest sale in history is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for £35 million. £35 million. Berta, can you show me that you can sell?
Yeah.
Show me that you can sell. Because we need to get rid of this Deadwood, apparently. Like, not even. I'm not excusing the Kroenkes, yeah. They're worth about £18 billion, and we generate £600 million every year, every season, with the Champions League money and whatnot. So I'm not excusing the Kroenkes not spending there. But in terms of PSR and FFP, we will need to tread a lot more lightly. A lot more lightly, I should say.
Zinchenko, Jesus, you could possibly sell even. Maybe you might have to sacrifice Kivior. You might have to sacrifice him. Sacrifice Karl Hein. You know.
I think we are selling him anyway.
sacrifice these guys, and maybe even who's the other player in the field that you could possibly let go of? I mean, there's a lot of players that you still need to let go of for sure. I'm not denying that one bit. But I don't think your window is done. Like I said, you need
Should not be.
You need Eberici Eze. You need a left winger like Rodrigo. If that happens, that is going to be Arsenal possibly set title. But your bench is an issue. I have to say the difference between your starting 11 to the bench, I must say, that is a difference. That's a huge difference in quality. Huge difference in quality.
Akavan, we played PSG in a Champions League semi-final. Just look at the bench that we had. Look at that bench. Second leg, we had to bring Calafiori on to play a forward role. Yeah. And he almost assisted Saka. If Saka has any bit of bottle about him, that's in the back of the net, and we only need one more goal to take it extra time. But margins and all that.
PSG missed a penalty, though, to be fair.
Yeah, they probably would. I mean, it's all hypothetical, Akavan. That's football in a nutshell. All we discuss, hypotheticals, this, hypotheticals, that. I'm happy we've signed Gyökeres. We've finally got a striker. Well, I think we'll discuss later about Sesko and Isak, their agents starting to make noise after the clubs that were after them have signed strikers already. I don't really know where to go from here. It's just Eze is a must. I would love Rodrigo, but Madueke is probably going to play left wing, which is bullshit, by the way. But anyway, we'll see how it goes.
How did Madueke play this first game for Arsenal?
He hasn't played his first game yet. I don't think he's going to join us for the Singapore. I don't think he's going to join us for the Singapore pre-season. I think we've given him an extra bit of rest because he was involved in the Club World Cup. I think his first game will be against Villarreal at the Emirates, 2nd of August, I think. So give him a bit of time to just settle in and whatnot. And listen, I'm not happy with that signing. I think it's money laundering between the two American owners that Chelsea and Arsenal have. Obviously, it's all conspiracy. I have no proof of that, but I guarantee it is. Because there's no footballing decision behind buying Kai Havertz for 65 million and Noni Madueke for 52 million. Those are not footballing reasons. That is scummy business, backhanded deals. I don't care.
Yeah.
And listen, Akavan, I don't like the Madueke sign. I don't like him as a player. I don't like the attitude he showed since he's been at Chelsea. But at the end of the day, as long as he's wearing an Arsenal shirt, I'm going to back him and I'm going to hope that he does well for us. I don't think he will, but I hope he does.
Fair enough. Big up to Mark. Hope you're well, my bro. I'm seeing a lot of smiles in Chicago. Players making bank, no urgency, saying I'm tired of seeing Bruno Shaw, Dano sack those bones. Facts, bro. I can't lie.
Should we talk about United? Nice little swagger.
Nah, I did the United. Mark, if you haven't checked it out already, I did the United show with Rasta an hour and a half ago. So make sure you have a look at that. Arteta should have been fired 3 years ago, and Arsenal needed a new manager with higher success rate. Facts, agreed. But this is his last chance.
Track records matter from the football. Track records matter from the football.
But you know what's good about? Sorry. Go on.
No. It's just we've essentially signed a manager on work experience. He's had 2 golden opportunities to win the Premier League. Well, 1 golden opportunity, I would consider, 2023. Yeah. He has a massive chance of getting to the Champions League final, and he bottled that. We've got a manager learning on the job, and for a club with the 3rd most trophies in England as of 2025, the 3rd most league titles in England, the most trophies out of any club in London, despite the Chelsea fan PR machine, it's not good enough. Having a manager on work experience, not good enough.
100%.
And that's I know Chelsea fans get very sensitive. I'm not. If you're not ultra positive about Chelsea, they'll come at you with pitchforks. Not dissing you in any way. Congratulations on your Club World Cup, but I mean, as of 2025, we have the most trophies in London. That's a fact.
They won the Champions League to get there, so it's only right trying to win it. Because Chelsea took the opportunity. Like Chelsea might not win the Champions League in the next 4 years before the next Club World Cup, so they took the opportunity so well. They took it.
Would they not be in the Club World Cup in 2028 anyway? In 2029 anyway, because they've won it.
No, because PSG, if Liverpool go and win it, because Liverpool won the Premier League, I think they might get it next.
Surely, if you've won the competition, you'll be in it for the next tournament.
No, Oh, true. That's actually a good point. I didn't think about that. But then again, like Portugal started to qualify for the Euros the next time they won it. So the time they won it, they started to qualify for it. So even the World Cup qualifiers, France still had to qualify for the World Cup. So even after
Yeah, good point.
So I don't know for sure. But yeah, I agree with Mark though. Arteta should have been fired years ago. But let me say this as well. If you sack him now and bring in a good manager, I think your squad is ready to compete even under the next manager now. You've already built a team that's ready to compete for the next
Well,
manager.
Ackman, it's not about competing, it's about winning. Arteta's made us compete. Arteta hasn't taken the
Sorry,
final step. We need a manager that takes us the final step.
over the line.
I'm sorry, I keep saying this, but would Manchester City, would Chelsea, under Abramovich especially, keep a manager that bottled an 8-point lead going into April? No. Would Sheikh Mansour tolerate Pep Guardiola bottling an 8-point lead in April 2026? I seriously doubt it. Will he see out that 2-year contract if that happens this season? I seriously doubt it.
Sir Alex Ferguson did, to be fair. Sir Alex Ferguson bottled an 8-point lead to Man City in 2012.
Yes, but he had already won 12 league titles before that.
Fair.
You know what I mean? And
but-
even before then, he was beating Real Madrid with Aberdeen
But even
in a
Pep
European final.
Pep gave Man City their most successful period ever, so I doubt that they'll want to sack him like that. You know what I mean?
But those are the standards, Ackerman. People talk about how Man City have been quiet this window. They spent £200 million in January. They spent £150 million before the Club World Cup even kicked off, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
You know, they might have panicked in January, but at the end of the day, that's what big clubs do. Look at Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
They're throwing a load of shit at the wall, and eventually it's sticking.
Eventually, yeah. You're
Eventually, it's finally starting to stick, and they've won the conference. Although Chelsea should never be in the Conference League with the money they have, but they won the Conference League. They got the job done there. They won the Club World Cup, so it's beginning to gel. They've got season starters now. Amidst all the mess, they've got Caicedo, they've got Palmer. At the end of the day, you spend the money on these players. Eventually, they're going to win you trophies. Who's the last before Gyökeres, yeah? And we don't know how he's going to do. Who was the last clinical striker Arsenal signed? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 2018, January 2018. What did he do in the FA Cup? Scored twice in the semi-final, scored twice in the final. That's the only trophy we've won in 5 years under this manager, going on 6. You spend money on the players that are proven, and they will deliver. It's a very simple concept.
Sorry to interrupt you, bro. Arteta also subbed him off for Willian. That just tells you everything you need to know. That just tells you everything you need to know. You kept him on, bro. You could have scored a last-minute winner to take you to the final because there was away goals as well. Don't forget. It could have been a final for you guys. It could have been us. It could have been us two in the final, bro. United versus Arsenal in the Europa League final. That would have been the case if it was. If you had kept Aubameyang on? Aubameyang could have scored, and learning on the job, like testing things out in a semi-final. That's why you lost. That's why you lost 2-1 on aggregate.
Playing Smith Rowe as a false 9 for the first time in a Europa League semi-final first leg. Pathetic, absolutely pathetic.
100%. And
playing Rob Holding instead of Kivior in the title running just because he's right-footed and playing on the right side of the defence. No.
They play 2 right-footed defenders. Why can't you play 2 left-footed defenders? It makes no sense.
Look at the best partnerships in Premier League history. John Terry and Ricardo Carvalho, Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Vidic. All 4 of them were right-footed.
Ronnie Onsen at times.
All of them were right-footed.
Sol Campbell.
All of them. So what's all this left-footed, right-footed nonsense? It's a load of bullshit.
Was Sol Campbell and Tony Adams both right-footed as well?
I think they were both right-footers, yeah. See, it's a mute point. See, this is what happens when you have managers learning on the job. They don't deliver in the big moments, and Arteta consistently failed at the big moments.
Why didn't he test it out in the group stages or something like that? It's not a group stage. Oh, group stage, right? He was there. Yeah, sorry, group stage. He could have tested out then. Why are you testing it out in the semi-final? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, our group stage consisted of Dundalk, Molde, and Rapid Wien. So it's not like the...
It'd have been the best way to test it out.
Easily. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But because you got through them easily anyways. But as I was saying, like you've already built a team good enough for the next manager, anyways. So in my opinion, sacking Arteta wouldn't even be a big deal now. If you had to sack him this season, it wouldn't even be a big deal because you got Gyökeres. If you get Eze in, Rodrigo in, right, and if you already have Zubimendi there, you've got a back. You got the best, arguably one of the best defensive pairing in the league. Goalkeeper, good enough. Fullbacks, quality. So you also already have it there for the next manager to take on the job and take them over the line. If you were to sack him, so no better time than to sack him this season, in my opinion. If things don't go well in, let's say, the first 10 games, because you got a lot of tough games in the first 10 games. So do we, and I'm giving Amram 10 games. If
We both have the toughest starts, I think.
facts. You have Liverpool. We have Liverpool. We have City as well, and
We have City as well.
We have each other. We playing against each other in the first game of the season.
Oh fucking hell! Gyökeres debut banger. Come on now.
He's doing it 100%.
Hopefully. Apparently, I've seen a source saying that a big reason why Manchester United hired Amarim was so Gyökeres could sign this summer. But
good point here by Mark as well. Amarim can't even find the class. Fans getting gas. Amarim 15 bottle the final needs more players. Sound familiar? Yep, bro. I hear it every season, bro. It's nothing new, bro. I hear it every season. Arteta cannot deal with ego. Same with Amarim, control freak. Yep,
absolute control freak. Aubameyang, prime example.
Why Ten Hag got sacked? Couldn't deal with egos. Mourinho can. We sacked Mourinho, but because he was negative apparently. Yeah, well done. Arteta is a management version of Bruno, both stenching at the gaff. Past their sell by date. I hear it. Should have sold Bruno Fernandes. Big up to Mr. Joshy J. Sub to his channel if you haven't done so, people. Sub to him.
Like I always say, great name, Joshy.
100%.
There we go.
But let's talk about other clubs as well. Liverpool. Let's go there next. I mean, there's no better place to start than Liverpool. Well, sadly for me. Sadly for me as well.
They're the team that we're supposed to topple this season.
They're the team that just leveled us in league titles, bro.
What can we do?
Although we still have more, I think we still have a bit more trophies, or on the same level of trophies as each other. We've got more European success.
Well, where do you start with Liverpool, Akerman? Ekitike, 95 million euros, if I'm not mistaken, altogether, including add-ons. You have Jeremy Frimpong, you have Kirkes, you have Florian Wirtz, and they might be signing Isak. Christ above. That's a club with ambition. I've been on this. I've been criticizing FSG for a lack of backing, like for not backing Jurgen Klopp to the extent that they should have done. But look at what they're doing now. See, This is what I was saying earlier about opportunities in football. Liverpool see an opportunity to build on this. They've already got one league title in the bag under Slot. They're going for more. They want to add to their European Cup trophy haul. They want to add more domestic cups to their cabinet. This is the ambition that you need at top level sports. And Liverpool have got the money for it. You don't forget. Yeah, they've won the Premier League, which is enough in itself. They finished in the Champions League. They also finished first in the Champions League phase last season. That counts for a lot as well. They won nearly every single game, if I'm not wrong, apart from the last game against PSV, which was a dead rubber anyway. So they've got plenty of cash in reserve. And they did next to fuck all in the summer last season. Next to fuck all. So they've got mountains of cash. They've got a huge war chest to spend. And at the end of the day, I feel even as a Manchester United fan, you can only applaud the ambition because they sense an opportunity. They're getting the best players on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine Frimpong, Wirtz, Isak combination throughout the team. Oh, man, it's just dirty. But like I said, Akerman, football isn't played on paper. If it was, Liverpool would be winning the league again, but we don't know that for sure.
If I had to put into a FIFA simulation right now, Liverpool winning it. It's easily. They're gonna win it. You've also got Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea. I've talked about Liverpool too many times to talk about Liverpool, right? All I need to say is Liverpool, if they get Isak, just hand them the Premier League title. That's all I gotta say. Hand them the Premier League title. If they get Isak, it's done.
We've got Bane on our side, don't worry.
But we have Chelsea next. I mean, Chelsea. João Pedro, Bino Gittins, or Jamie Gittins. Sorry, not Bino. No more Bino. Jamie Gittins. They've also got Liam Delap. Who else did they sign in midfield again? I forgot. They signed someone in midfield, I think. Okay?
Honestly, I've stopped keeping up with Chelsea squad since 2022. I've got to be honest.
Who else did they sign? I swear they signed someone else. They got Quenda for next year as well. Giovanni Quenda coming in 2027.
Who was that? Estevaro? Is that his name?
Esteval.
Esteval, that's it. My bad. That Englishman pronunciation.
He played against Chelsea in the Club World Cup for Fluminense, I think, or was it Palmeiras? I forgot who he was. But he played against Chelsea. He played against his parent club. He was sent back, I think, on loan to his club or something like that. But Chelsea, man, they're making moves, bro. Like Champions League football. Forget just Champions League. Chelsea, like just using the money. Bowley's spending his money where his mouth is. He's using he's showing the money. He's putting in the cash. Like forget even he's a bad owner. He's not a bad owner like that. He's not knowledgeable about football, but the guy is still putting money in the football club, and that's the difference between him and the other American owners in the Premier.
Can I just quickly say, Mark Harris, brilliant analogies on this chat. Absolutely fantastic. Liverpool buying the Monopoly boards, United getting evicted. That's me whenever I play Monopoly. But
we're playing the broke card now. That's what we are. We're playing the broke card. That's what we do.
I don't know. Do you have any properties on the board? I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, we have Sancho, we have Højlund, we have Garnacho, we have all these guys we like to sell.
Right.
If you like to rent some, feel free. You can't sell.
I mean, if Anthony or Højlund came in a Chelsea shirt, I have no doubt Arteta would be sniffing around him. But unfortunately, he's not. So.
Yeah.
Sad.
Amarin plays Højlund against Arteta, sack that one. Facts, bro. If he plays, forget Højlund. If he plays Luke Shaw. It's enough for the sack.
It's funny Mark says that, actually, because I guarantee you Havertz will start at Old Trafford. I know this manager. I can read him like a book.
You don't think Gyökeres will start?
I don't think Gyökeres will start. I reckon Havertz is going to start. It's going to be this bullshit about how against the top 6 teams or the big 6 teams, Havertz is going to have to start in order to win duels and all that bollocks. I guarantee it. But anyway, regarding Chelsea, I mean, it's like I said earlier. You throw a lot of shit at the wall and eventually it's going to stick. They've spent a hell of a lot of money to get here, but we've made a hell of a lot of money in sales. This is how a big club operates. Listen, you're a player, you're fucking shit, you're not good enough for Chelsea, get out. That's how a big club operates. Oh, well, you're Cole Palmer, you're scoring all these goals, you're turning up in the biggest moments, you're Chelsea standard. Simple. Caicedo, in my opinion, you're a shin-kicking little shit, but regardless, you perform when it matters most for Chelsea Football Club, you're staying in this team. Cucurella, you're fucking annoying, but you're Chelsea coded due to you being annoying. You perform week in, week out, majority of the time, you're Chelsea standard. That's how a big club operates, Akivin. And now you look at their signings. João Pedro, proper Chelsea coded player. I'm a steward at Brighton Football Club. I've seen him week in, week out. He's a dirty little bastard, and he's a fucking good player. He's very Chelsea standard, proper Chelsea player, João Pedro. Rory Delap, very, very shrewd business in my opinion. Very good backup striker.
Yep.
I think Chelsea, they're finally getting a squad that can compete for the biggest honours again. And I hate to admit it as an Arsenal fan.
This is who Chelsea. Sorry. Finish first.
I hate to admit it as an Arsenal fan, but at the end of the day, they've shown the ambition to get back to the top, and it looks as if they're getting back to the top.
They signed Gittins, Pedro, Delap, Estebao, Esogo, Sarr, Kendry Paez. And who else did they sign again? That's about it. They're looking at Gerald Hato and Xavi Simons now. If Chelsea get Gerald Hato and play him at left center back, right? Or or you play and you get Xavi Simmons in that number 10. You play Cole Palmer on the right hand side. Chelsea might just be set for the Premier League title as well, in my opinion. They could be they could be that number 2 if Arsenal also had a left winger, because I think you need to still complete your attack. Martinelli is still a bit iffy. So if Chelsea already have their attack, so they get the number 10 and the defender sorted. Plus if they can get a keeper in, I'm sorry to say, but they might just be second to that. They might be second to Liverpool. They might just be second to Liverpool.
I think you say this at the end of the day, as long as Pep Guardiola is in this Premier League, you can't count anything for granted.
True.
That's all I'll say.
I look at the City team on paper. We're gonna move on to Man City as well, right?
Yes.
Are you done with Chelsea already?
I don't want to talk about Chelsea because it just winds me up how they were in their banter era for 2 seasons. We had the opportunity to add trophies to the cabinet and we didn't do anything, and now they're back again.
Sunderland leads by.
Piss off.
They want to stay up. United need the 5 players in this window. We need more than 5 players, bro. I'll be real.
To be fair, Acuna and Mbeumo, Sesko front 3. That sounds pretty tasty.
That's a good.
Even with Xerxes up front, I reckon that would be a good little.
I'm taking Ollie Watkins up top, bro.
Yes, that's a signing and a half.
Quality front 3 already. So I'm taking
a signing for the here and now.
Yeah,
I think that's what United need now more than ever.
All I keep hearing is, Watkins is 30. Well, he'll bag goals. Højlund at 21 can't even bag a goal. So let's just move on Højlund. Let's just sell him, and let's just get in the proper striker. You know, play the Donald Trump card. Keep out of jail. But I'm still number 1. Nice. Hey, bro, listen.
I'm hoping he recovers for the opening day. Although knowing him, he'll turn into Bayindir in the FA Cup and just keep everything up.
United need a priest and a security van, bro. We need more than that. You're generous with just those 2. We need more than a priest and a security van.
I think you need the Pope to perform an exorcism outside Old Trafford or something.
Yeah.
You need whatever's on your side.
Yeah, you do. You need prayers. You need whatever it is. Man United need it all. So it's gonna be a long season for us, even if we don't have many games. Long season still. But as I was gonna say, Man City. They signed Tijani Reinders, Ryan Cherky. Who else did they sign? They signed
Ait-Nouri.
Did they sign a right back as well? If I'm not mistaken.
Have they signed a right back? The chat may be able to fill us in on that.
I can bring it up.
Okay. I'm thinking. I've seen reports that the majority of the signings they made in January, they're looking to loan them out.
Bettinelli, Naipan.
Naipan's a good little player.
They've got some good backups, man. We were linked to Naipan. So they got Bettinelli. They've got Naipan, Cherky, Ait-Nouri, and Reinders. And they have, what's his name again? They already have Echeverry in the squad.
Omar
Mamouche. They've already got Kusanov, potentially Jan Kuto coming back. Bro. City, fair enough. But if I had to, obviously, like I know you say on paper, you can't say it on paper. If I had to put the teams on paper right now, the 3 teams on paper, I'm looking at Liverpool's number 1, Chelsea number 2. Toss up between Arsenal and Man City. Toss up. But Chelsea is number 2 for me. I think Chelsea are definitely going to be up there this year for sure with the players that they've just got, with the signings they just made. I still think Chelsea are not done. Like I said, 2 more players and a goalkeeper needed. Xavi Simmons and João Hato and a goalkeeper. City are not done. I think they need to. They need centre back depth. John Stones not fit enough. They need to go and replace. They need to go and get a centre back.
Their back line seems quite good.
Edison, because it depends if what do you call it? If the guy, what's his name again?
Ortega.
No. Ortega, thank you. Ortega. If he leaves, Stefan Ortega. If he leaves, right? Also depends on the midfield situation. They replaced KDB with Tijani Reinders, right? But who else? They need more. They need a lot more.
They definitely need more on the back line. I feel their back line is very, very lackluster.
They replaced Julian Alvarez yet. They only got Omar Mamouche, but they need someone up top as Haaland's replacement. Backup, sorry.
Would you not say Mamouche is Haaland's backup? Oh no, he might be playing on the wing.
No, because he plays on the left. He's Grealish's
I'm
replacement. I
saying,
think
yeah. I think
think
Doku played quite well in the Club World Cup,
he
so
did.
Pep might be able to focus his training developments on him.
Savino,
Speaking in FIFA terms.
they have Savinho, they have Echeverry. So
Yeah, I feel
fair.
like everyone's counting Man City out, but come
I'm not.
April, I guarantee you they're going to be right up there, and people are going to be like, "Oh, we spent there's money." You know,
Nah,
this is what City do. As long as they have Pep Guardiola, they're always going to be an established threat. One
I'm not.
bad season,
But the thing is,
not bad.
I just think Liverpool is still slightly better. Liverpool is still slightly better, especially with City having to gel with the new players. The new players are going to take time to gel. Because don't forget, City had a transfer window a year before. They only spent a lot on the defense. It took a year for Bernardo Silva to gel in. It took a year for a lot of these guys to gel in. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Took
I
a long
see.
time. Sorry, go on.
I see this, like, we're counting a lot on City based on what they did last year. They went 1 win in 13 games. Now, Liverpool, they won the league early, but they only dropped points in about 4 games after they won the league.
Yeah.
There was a 13-point difference between those two teams. That's 4 wins and 1 draw. The gap
Yeah.
isn't as big as everyone seems to make out, in my opinion. And obviously, you're free to disagree and whatnot. The chat's free to disagree. But me personally, there's not as big of a gap between those two teams as what everyone seems to assume there is. You know, at the end of the day, that's 4 wins and a draw. Man City went on a tumultuous run during the season, 1 win in 13 games, which I think was in the Prem. Oh no, it might have been in
Yeah.
all competitions. But you know, last season Manchester City were exceptionally bad, and they were only 13 points off the top. Like I said, Liverpool, they won the league early, but at the end of the day, if you go 1 win in 13 games, you shouldn't be anywhere near the top of the league, let alone only 4 wins away. So I wouldn't count City out whatsoever. I think Liverpool, Man City, maybe the top two. Arsenal might sneak in there if we get our signings right. And you don't know what's happening with Chelsea. You can't count Newcastle out yet. I know their transfer window has been particularly poor so far, but we don't. There's still over a month left of the window to go. Plenty can happen in a month, so we'll wait and see. Obviously, United with no European football, I think that you'll be back. You'll be back in the top 8 next season. And Spurs, Spurs are Spurs. They'll be in and about somewhere.
I think we're the worst team in the top 6 for sure.
Oh, at the moment, yeah.
We're
But
definitely.
at the end of the day, Akron, you're not going to be anywhere near as bad as you were last season. I guarantee it. Yeah, you definitely won't. I mean, I hope you are, but
Sorry.
you won't.
Sorry, what were you saying? Sorry, you cut off there a bit.
So I hope you are as bad as you were last season, but I don't think you will.
Of course. But
Snapchat, come on, it's all love them.
Just pick up a trophy. It's all I need. Just win a trophy.
That's all I need as well.
I mean, an FA Cup or a League Cup would be good for me next season, or both. Because United ain't gonna win the Prem. We ain't in Europe. If we were in the Europa League, go win it easily. We almost did it last year. Well, we should have won it last year. I can't lie. We should have won it. Terrible manager, but at the end of the day, if we can win the FA Cup or the League Cup, I'm taking the Cup double this season, bro. What would be the most ideal scenario right now in terms of this United team in a dream scenario? Would be a dream. Actually, I can't call it a dream scenario because top 4 is not a dream scenario. Top 4 is not a dream for me.
I was about to say, I could think you're dropping your standard.
Yeah, but I would want a cup double and a Champions League finish. That would be a really successful season because you're winning 2 trophies along with the Champions League place. If you just get Champions League alone and not win anything, it's not successful. You're not winning anything for getting Champions League football. Because that's not a surprise if United get Champions League. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. At the end of the day, we get Champions League every year now and then, so it's not a surprise. But to get the Champions League players, you need to win stuff along with it. I want to win stuff. I want to win trophies. That's what I want to see. Man United as a club, for me, the most important metric is to win. Go and win that. It's all I need. It's all I need. can't wait for Amram interviews after the first 5 games. Only see 2 points. I won't be surprised. But I reckon we could beat Burnley and Fulham though. I reckon we should be able to beat them.
That is so poor.
That
I would not be surprised if you beat us on the opening day. And I'm
Nah,
not saying you will, but I would not be surprised if you did.
I
Genuinely.
reckon we'll get slapped.
No, I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be very similar to last season, actually. You'll snatch a lead in the first half and we'll keep pushing in the second. You almost get the second goal. And then we get a late equaliser. Hopefully Bain rescuing us, if it was to come to that.
Sorry, who again?
Oh, Gyökeres. You know who?
Okay. If Chelsea finish above Arsenal, Arteta's gone. So well, it depends if they win the Champions League, bro, which is not going to happen. But
No, Akavin, you talk about fan pressure. Like, fan pressure is beginning to rise now. I always say, as long as Arteta's finishing in the Champions League, the Kroenkes won't sack him. But you even see last season, after we got knocked out of the Champions League, he had to go on the Arseblog convention to ask for more time. He did his speech at the Emirates and half the stadium was empty. You know, patience is running out with match-going fans as well as online.
Yep.
So I think you're right, Akavin. Like what you were saying earlier, in terms of his time is running out. But I don't think his job is on the line unless he finishes outside the Champions League places.
Yeah.
With the fans, I think you're completely correct. But in terms of, as long as he keeps getting Champions League football for the Kroenkes, I reckon his job's safe.
That's exactly
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Chelsea finish above us. If we're in the Champions League places, they're not going to give a shit.
That's exactly the same for us, man. Exactly the same for us. Exactly the same. Man City could be relegated. It hasn't been finished yet. Well,
there's reports that they're going to get a 3-point deduction at the start of the season. And a transfer ban.
Yeah. I don't see it. It's too late now.
I don't think they'll get a punishment, Tils.
They won't get it. They'll get away with it again.
They will.
Barcelona, Burger Van Fabricio exclusive.
Well, did Barcelona have good burger vans? I didn't notice that when I went to the new camp. Or, I don't know where they're playing right now.
I've never been to the camp, new camp. Never been.
It's a beautiful stadium.
My club's been there for a Champions League final, but I've never been there for anything else.
What Champions League final was that? Was that 99?
99, yeah. 99.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all. But that's about it. But what other clubs? Tottenham? Maybe Tottenham? You can talk about Tottenham a bit. Newcastle?
Well, I mean, there's the whole Morgan... Newcastle's a funny one. Well, no, I feel bad for Geordies. I mean, I sent you the reel in our group chat about Geordie crying about TalkSport. Talking about... Yeah. I feel sorry for Newcastle fans. I mean, like, they're finally...
Fucking Isak is going to leave them. They just got Champions League.
Anthony Gordon's linked with the move away.
To who? Don't tell me Liverpool now. Don't tell me Liverpool now.
Oh, well, Liverpool been linked with them in the past, but Arsenal are another name that's popping up.
I'd rather they get Anthony Gordon than Isak, bro. Honestly, I know Anthony Gordon's a good player, but who's the better player? Isak for sure. So I'd rather they get Gordon than Isak. But isn't Gordon an Evertonian?
He is. A blue scouser.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for him to go there. It's gonna be hard for him to go. I know Jamie Carragher was a scouser, was a blue scouser. I think Steven Gerrard was as well, but I don't think
Trent was as well, if I'm not wrong.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
Well, he was in an Everton shirt with like blue fuzzy up.
I think that was everyone younger, but Jamie Carragher openly admitted that he was an Everton fan. He openly admitted it. I don't know if Steven Gerrard was an Everton fan, but I think one of them was an Everton fan. But they grew up being in that Liverpool sort of
environment.
Yeah, environment, Liverpool. Because you know what it is, even Wayne Rooney's an Evertonian, but his family are Liverpool.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they supported Manchester United for Wayne Rooney, but listen, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. These men switched up straight away. But which other club you want to talk about though? Newcastle? I mean, we spoke about them slightly.
Well, I like I was saying earlier, I do feel quite bad for Newcastle fans. I mean, I think this transfer window has been a brutal reality check for them.
Yep.
In terms of their pool and whatnot. I also sent you that screenshot that I found on Twitter or X. It was David Ornstein talking about how Isak has asked to leave, and a Newcastle fan responds with any update on James Trafford. I mean that pretty much tells you where they're at. Yeah, I know. Poor Geordies, man. I do feel bad for them. Honestly,
Actually,
Geordies, some of the nicest people I've ever met. They don't deserve to get bitched like they are being bitched.
that bought Newcastle. You bought the wrong club, man. You should have gone to Manchester, the red side of Manchester. I'm trying to
Should have
say.
gone to the club with the most trophies in London, you know. But I bypassed that. Like
If
Liverpool have bullied them
you'd be the best club in the country, you'd be the best club in the country if they ran you, by a distance.
without a shadow of a doubt.
The money you live, the way where you live, London, it's in London as well. Everyone's gonna want to go to London.
Yeah.
Like more people want to go to London nowadays. They only want to go.
I
to
mean, look at Zubimendi, for example. Would you rather live in Liverpool or in London? You'd rather live in London, realistically. Majority of people would think that.
It depends because Liverpool's a massive club as well.
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, if you're gonna go to Everton, obviously you're gonna choose a club in London because London is like a local like city, like obviously not a local city, but like local to everyone, local for like tourists, local for it's like home. London is home for everyone.
What do you call it? Metropolitan, multicultural, that sort of thing. Liverpool's a lot more. Yeah, look.
Even if you ask me, what I prefer, London or Manchester? London. I went to both. I didn't like Manchester.
Yeah, it's a shithole, Manchester.
It is.
No offense to any Mancunians
No,
in chat.
no. Don't worry about it. I'm sure none of them will be offended. None of them will be offended. No. London is the better place. Easily. London is the better place. Only good thing about Manchester is Manchester United. But even that's not a good thing for me nowadays. That's not even a good thing for me nowadays. But London is it's a lovely place. I've been to London. I've seen the London Eye. I've seen everything. You prefer London? You prefer London
To what?
To most English cities.
Honestly, not really. The people very rude. You know what I mean? It's very hustle and bustle. I'm from Norwich, which is a lot more peaceful. You know what I mean? London is very metropolitan. It's very busy.
I love that.
It's so in your face. You know what I mean?
I love that hustle and bustle. I love that. I really love that.
It's a very English phrase. You know what I mean?
It's a typical British expression. I love it. I love it.
You know, London is just too much. You know, obviously I go there quite a lot. I have to travel through there a lot to get to university and whatnot. But yeah, man, it's so busy. There's so much stuff going on. It's just, and the people are quite rude. If you go to smaller British cities or villages or whatever, they're actually quite nice and down to earth. People of London are just like so uptight. You know?
There's a lot of Thai people in London.
For me,
as well. There's a lot of Thai people living in London.
Well, there's a lot of everyone in London.
I know, but
you know,
especially over here. Like, I think because I remember one statistic came out, right? I think years ago, that the most people that visited Harrods in that year was Thai people.
Harrods is a popular place, to be fair.
Harrods is a very popular. I've been to Harrods like twice. It's a very old school shopping center. Like it's a very old school shopping center. I've been there. I went to the sports shop upstairs. Not much compared to obviously. There's an NBA store in London as well. So this a lot.
And also, London is insipidly expensive as well.
It is
very, very expensive. I mean, the UK is expensive, especially in comparison to like Thailand and whatnot. But
especially when you leave, bro, the tax refund line was insanely long, and I literally had not much time to spare for my flight to come back. Like
ridiculous.
The tax refund line was hella long. So listen, it's not that it's not all that. London is not always all that, but but obviously back to the topic, would you rather live you'd rather live in London than Newcastle? Let's just be honest with you.
You would.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
He's going from Nottingham to Newcastle. That's not much of a difference. It's not much of a difference going from Nottingham to Newcastle. Newcastle is a bigger place and with more money, but London is Nottingham was just like a step. I wouldn't say a step down, but step up in terms of obviously the style of place, like the environment where you're living in. The football club also.
And also, Nottingham is one of the best British cities for a night out as well. Trust me. Yes.
I thought Newcastle was.
Newcastle's a good place. Leeds is a very good place. Manchester's all right. I go to Brighton Uni. That's pretty good for nightlife. And London is just so expensive. I don't even want to think about what a night out there is going to be like.
My pal studies in Leeds. He's currently in the university Leeds or something like that. But I'm not sure what he's there, but he's back home right now, back home in Thailand. So
Yeah, of course. So summer.
yeah, it's summer right now. Any other topics? Any other topics in the transfer window?
Wait, what's Mark said? I'm surprised I texted at Arsenal. Must send a picture of the Kroenke from Phantom. I mean, one of those donkeys is Havertz, mate, you know.
I mean, Cronkies and donkeys got rhyme, no? They rhyme.
Good point. They are donkeys.
They rhyme, so the Cronkies and donkeys.
I mean, listen. You know what my headline quote was for a long part of this channel? I didn't buy Arsenal to win things. Stan Kroenke, 2018.
Sorry, what were you saying again?
My headline on this channel for a long time was I didn't buy Arsenal to win trophies. That was by Stan Kroenke after completing the takeover in 2018.
Right. It was like a full takeover, right? That he completed.
Fun?
It was like a full takeover that he completed, right?
Yeah, full takeover. I mean, there were other shares with like Alisher Usmanov and whatnot, but 100% Kroenke in 2018.
Because there was Keswick, there was who was the other one?
David Dean?
No, another one. That famous DT quote. He's got a ranch bigger than Birmingham.
No, that is Stan Kroenke. He was talking about that.
There's another guy. I keep forgetting.
Chips Keswick, Dick Law.
Yes, Keswick. Thank you. Yes, Keswick.
It is.
Yeah, Keswick. Sorry, but yeah. Any other topics to discuss? I mean, United already discussed the transfer window. Cunha and Mbeumo, just get a goalkeeper, midfielder, a striker, and a backup right wing back. That's all I ask for. As for Newcastle, they better get some business done. They only signed Langa. They've only signed what do you call? They've only signed what? And they haven't even made any other signings. Elanga's the only one, no? Elanga's only signing, no?
I can't remember any other signings Newcastle made.
I think.
Well, that goes towards Mbeumo, doesn't it? So fair play.
I think we were waiting for the extra 5 million. I think because it was a 5 million sell. It was a 5 million add-on as well. So, and we only bid like what 65 million and it got rejected. 62.5 million. It got rejected. So we bid 65, 5 million, and then there you go. Any other clubs that we talked about? We talked about Tottenham. I mean,
no, well, I mean, apart from the whole Gibbs White fiasco.
White and
who did they sign?
Kudus.
They did sign Kudus. To be honest, I don't really know where to talk about Tottenham. We might as well move on.
Didn't they sign someone from Brentford? Damsgaard or something? No, Damsgaard's still at Brentford, isn't he? Still at Brentford, isn't he? Watch out, though. They could go for Johan Wissa from Brentford if Johan Wissa decides if what's it called? Thomas Frank really wants what's it called? Johan Wissa. Because they still got Johan Wissa, they still got Damsgaard. So they could leave. Flecken's gone. The whole team's pretty much gone. So good luck to Brentford.
Their two best players, their captain, their goalkeeper, and their head coach.
Norgard's gone.
Even, captain.
Damsgaard is gone. Like Damsgaard will go eventually.
Wissa and Mbeumo, Mbeumo gone. Wissa probably gone.
Yeah, Wissa probably gone. So yeah, that's about top. That's why. Unless you want to say something about Tottenham. Unless you want to say something.
Nah, fuck Spurs, but I mean we're the club with the longest trophy drought along the so-called Big Six. So cheers for that, lads. I thought we were brothers in arms, you know.
Aston Villa better make some sales, man. They better make some sales, man.
Well, I mean, if they qualified for the Champions League on the last day, they wouldn't be as screwed as they are now. I reckon they might have signed Rashford if they did get Champions League, because they would have had that net profit. But apparently not.
100%. Let's move on to the next topic. Is social media ruining and dictating the way people view and watch football? Take it away, Josh.
Is social media dictating the way people view football? I think we've touched on this before, to an extent. I think I immediately go to the likes of XG on social media. That has then pushed itself onto Sky Sports and other big sports channels. And you see people talk about how, oh, we created more XG than the other team, therefore we played better. Massive misconception there. It used to be the same with possession. It's like if you had more possession, you think you win the game. That's why a lot of people didn't like Jose Mourinho, because he wasn't so focused on possession.
Sorry to cut him, but you think you were the better team. Because I used to think as well. I used to think when we had more possession. I remember we lost 3-0 to Everton. We had more possession than them. Liverpool lost 3-0 to United at Old Trafford. We had way more possession than them. So, possession used to be a stat that everyone used to look at. But now it's deeper than that. There's XG.
Ackerman, the only important stat are the goals scored.
Thank you.
The only important stat of a goal scored.
Yes.
That's the one that matters. None of this XG bullshit. XG, that might give you more of a picture of how the game pans out. But way too many people take it too literally. And in regards to social media, obviously a lot of people want to create a narrative, whether because they're funded by the club or otherwise, in order to... and the XG is a good way of saying, we did this. The problem isn't the manager or the players, it's the signings or what we did in those specific situations. There's that whole focus on margins as well. At the end of the day, if you're relying on margins to win you games, you're going to lose the majority of those margins. It's a simple fact. And no amount of XG, no amount of possession, no amount of duels won is going to matter in the end.
Field tilt.
Yeah, the deserve to win meter. Nah.
Actually, do you know what? I'm going to change the title. Not social media. Let's just change our stats. Our stats. Let's change. Let's forget social media. Stats. It's gotta be.
Stats. Yeah, I mean, data. I mean, I don't know. It's all numerical. It's all quantifiable. But at the end of the day, I keep saying throughout this episode of the podcast, football isn't played on paper. Now, that cannot relate any more than it is to stats. You cannot, I mean, I even mentioned the Arsenal AC Milan game. I think AC Milan had 3 shots to 3. We only won by 1 goal. Football is not played on paper. You cannot derive your thoughts of the game, or you cannot derive your opinions of the game based on the stats. Look, God gave us eyes for a reason. Or nature gave us eyes for a reason, or whatever you believe.
Yep.
You got to trust your eyes. A lot of people, they don't even watch the game. They watch where the ball's going. And I'm guilty of that, because obviously you want to know what's happening and whatnot.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, you cannot come to a solid conclusion based on stats, in my opinion.
100%.
Football isn't played on paper. There you go. You put it there yourself.
It's the quote of the day, and we've reiterated this so many times on the stream, and it's spot on. Football isn't played on paper. This is the quote of the day. 100%. Quote of the day. Football isn't played on paper. And you're right, bro. It's always about the numbers. It's always about assists, you know. Since when did assists come into play? The only stat I grew up reading was goals. I never cared about possession. I never cared about how many corner kicks, offsides, yellow cards, red cards, whatever. It does not matter. The only stat that mattered was the results of the game and the amount of goals that were scored. That's the only stat that matters to me in football. And since XG, XT, and all that bullshit possession, ever since those have come into football, they've kind of ruined the way people view football. Because they be like, oh, well, we look a lot better because we made more passes. Who cares if we made more passes? The Premier League also added this passing thing, by the way, that, this team has made more passes, that team made enough passes. I swear Tottenham made more passes than Wolves, and Wolves won the game in the last minute 2-1 last 2 seasons ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Wolves ended up scoring 2 goals in the last minute to win the game. So like I said, Champions League, we can go back to Champions League final. These guys never watched the full game. They only watched the highlights. They saw Bayern battered us. cool, they battered us, but what was the score on the night?
4-3. Oh no,
United.
my bad.
2-1 to United. 2-1 to Man United in the Champions League final 1999.
That's all that matters.
What's that matter? Goals. Bayern Munich didn't deserve to win the game. Why? Because they couldn't finish their chances. You can look at the chances. Shot. Okay, do you know what? Fair enough. Shot on target, shots, fine. Those stats are okay. I'm okay with those stats. Shots on target, fine by me. But
I don't know about that.
But the goals are the ones that matter most. The ones that go into the back of the net. Who has more shot accuracy? The ones that put the ball in the back of the net. That's the shot accuracy. Forget in a 0-0 game, shot accuracy should be zilch. Because nobody scored a goal. Nobody scored a goal. The shot accuracy should be there for a team that won the game on a smash and grab. You could have 1% possession for all I care. And if you win the game, that doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. So people need to stop looking at stats, goals, and assists and what's it all. I used to watch Ronaldo ball out, even without goals. I watched Ronaldo run the show for Real Madrid. Why? Because I watched on the eye.
This is it. You think of like Zinedine Zidane. I think he went like 18 straight months without scoring a single goal. In social media, like I know you want to change the title to stats, but in terms of social media, he would have got absolutely slaughtered for that. Didier Drogba has less Premier League goals than Darren Bent. He only hit 20 goals in a Premier League season twice, if I'm not wrong. But he turned up when it mattered most. He turned up in nearly every final he played. That's what people remember. That's what football's about, to an extent.
Exactly.
You know, you can talk about how Drogba is overrated in terms of, you know, league campaigns and whatnot. But at the end of the day, when it mattered, when the team was on its back, he lifted them up when it mattered most. See, and that's what people wouldn't show you. People would tell you that Drogba got outscored by Darren Bent. People would tell you that Drogba only hit 20 league goals twice in a season. What the paper doesn't tell you are the games in which he turned up, the finals, the ones that matter most.
Yeah.
You know, pressure plays a massive part in football. Psychology plays a massive part in football. You know, and a lot of people, you know, stats are quantifiable, but they don't tell you the whole story. This is the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't take into account the psychology of the players or the team. It doesn't take in the mentality of the team. It doesn't take in the occasion. You see, I mean, where do I go with this? Henry, yeah? Henry won about 4 golden boots. He scored God knows how many goals in the Premier League.
He won what, 2 Premier League titles?
He won 2 Premier League titles, but he won the golden boot in about 4 or 5 seasons. You know, judging by those stats, surely he'd be a Premier League winner about 4 or 5 times, but he isn't.
Yep.
And that's the harsh reality of it.
100%, bro. And this is one thing as well. Also, expected passes thing, that one's bullshit as well. Also, I have a few questions to ask you as well. Don't forget.
Hit me.
Why do people rate Eden Hazard?
You still rate Eden Hazard?
Chelsea, Premier League, Eden Hazard. Not the Real Madrid.
Do I rate him?
No. Why do people rate Eden Hazard?
I test.
I test.
I remember when Chelsea played Norwich in the FA Cup in January 2018, and as soon as my dad saw Eden Hazard step up to take a penalty, he was like, "Fuck's sake, that's in." And my mum was like, "Why are you saying that? The penalty hasn't been taken yet." And my dad was like, "He is the Lionel Messi of the Premier League. Eden Hazard is the Lionel Messi of the Premier League." My dad's words.
If Messi and Ronaldo never had the goals to back it all up today, they'd be considered as one of the worst players in possible, because football Twitter don't work like that. Football Twitter is always about but XG, GA. That's why Bruno Fernandes is one of the best midfielders in Manchester United's history, apparently, because of GA. Because he
spam a lot of crosses into the box.
Exactly. So let's go back and watch the game where we put 81 crosses into the box and couldn't score a goal. We scored 2 goals, but was the result a win? No. That's the result that matters.
Prime David Moyes.
Exactly, prime David Moyes. I remember that. We had just come off of a 0-0. No. Before that, it was before the 0-0 draw against Arsenal, where he missed bare chances as well. Van Persie hit the bar. Chesney was in goal that day, right? But also, don't forget, right, that goals and assists today, they only tell how good a player is in terms of output. They only look at output now. Like Zinedine Zidane, if he didn't have the goals or assists today, because he still does, right? If he didn't have the goals and assists, football Twitter wouldn't have rated him today. They wouldn't have rated him. They don't look at this Jogo Bonito no more. We're no longer this Jogo Bonito era anymore. We're no longer that era where his skills are the flashy skills, you know what I mean, all this great feet. We're not in that era no more. We're in the era of goals and assists. If you get goals and assists, you're considered a very good player. Okay, fair enough. If you get the goals along with becoming with everything else, like Ronaldo was, like Messi was, fine.
Yeah.
But
I 100% agree. Carry on.
But Ronaldinho, if he was doing all those flashy skills and had 0 goals and 0 assists, nobody would have rated him in today's day. Back then, you'd rate them. But nobody would rate them today because it's all about GA. Football has changed now. It's always about goals and assists and stats. That's it.
That's one reason why I'm so happy about getting Gyökeres, because not only has he scored so many goals and got so many goal contributions for Sporting, but that has also resulted in 2 league titles. See, it's all good. It's all good scoring goals, but if you haven't got the trophies to back it up, there's got to be a limit to how good you are rated as a player. Which is why, as much as I love Saka, he's suffering terribly with a lack of trophies. In terms of like even Palmer, Foden debates and whatnot. You know, scoring goals but not winning trophies, getting assists and not winning trophies, it's all fart and no poo. It's all foreplay and no penetration. What's the point? Genuinely. Like, honestly, I mean, I don't really know where else to go. I rate the assist stat because assists result in a goal, and goals are an important stat, and they contribute to the result a lot more than XG does, or a lot more than field tilt does, or a lot more than a deserve to win meter does. You know what I mean? I don't really know where to go from it. I mean, obviously it has. You said it best. People rated players a lot more 20 years ago, regardless of goal contributions, regardless of XG created, because they were fun to watch. It was more of an entertainment than a business, from a fan base perspective. Yeah.
Imagine we had all these stats back then, and imagine football Twitter was around back then. The players like Zidane, excuse me, no, Zidane, Ronaldinho, who else am I talking about? You know, whoever it is, those players would never be talked about today's day. Gabriel Batistuta, these guys wouldn't be talked about in today's day, because back then they wouldn't have the goals or whatever. But if they didn't have it, but all they had was skill and flair, nobody would rate them. But that's not just what football's about. Football isn't just about goals. It's about how you play the game, how you catch the eye of a fan, of a fan that's support who's been keeping a close how would you say it? Keeping a close eye on you. Someone who's been watching you for a long time. To do all these skills like Ronaldinho did, people loved him because of his skill. People loved him because not just of his goals, but because of his skill. Why do people love Ronaldo? He had everything. Why do people like Messi? He had the dribbling and the goals. If Messi just
he had everything.
If Messi had I agree, but in terms of like Ronaldo, weak foot, strong foot, header, all the good stuff. Ronaldo had like the step over, the skills, the 360s, sitting defenders down. That's what I meant. Obviously, Messi has everything too, but that's what I meant by everything. Ronaldo, Messi, R9, these guys have everything. The goals to back it up, but also the way they were taking defenders on, the way they were just destroying defenders, the way they were destroying opponents. It was catchy on the eye. Now, bro, I can't name a single player that compares to anyone I've just listed back then. It's hard now because that Jogo Bonita era, I'm sorry, bro, it's over. There's no more Ronaldinho. There's no more R9. Unless they start doing all that stuff again, unless football culture changes back to what it was, it's going to be hard to rate the players over what we used to have. 100%.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Akram. Without a shadow of a doubt. I feel like, a big part of this podcast is to have a debate. But we're not having a debate here. I mean, it's just true, isn't it? Just look around you. We could argue the importance of XG stats. We could argue the importance of possession. We could argue the importance of field tilt. And yes, they can tell a part of the story, but they don't tell the whole story. We were given eyes. Use those eyes. Football isn't played on paper, people. Very simple concept. Very simple fact.
That bombshell. Do you have any more to wrap up? You want any more before we close out?
I'm just saying my phone's overheating like shit, so I probably will need to leave soon. And
It's good.
Eze. If not Rodrigo, then another competent left winger, like a Rafael Leao or someone. We've got the money for it. I don't want any excuses. 600 million we generate each season. Our owner's worth 18 billion pounds. I get FFP and PSR. But will we get punished in the same way as Everton and Newcastle would? I doubt it. We were discussing this a few podcasts ago.
Yeah.
The likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea, they would not get punished as quickly as the likes of Everton and Nottingham Forest were. Why? Because they make more money for the league. Simple. Get me Eze, get me a competent left winger, because I cannot watch Martinelli dribble with his head down into opposition players for another season. And thank you.
No, it's all good, bro. All good, man. Good discussion today. I can't lie. This is a very, very good discussion, and hopefully people are taking something from the show, because this is how we view football, people. We don't just view football because of stats. We view it because of what we see on the eye. We view it because of eye test, and I mean, it's a good way to close out the segment, because at the end of the day, we've watched so many good players. And for people to come and tell us that that they don't rate the players, that's fair enough. If you seem better, cool. But I can't tell you enough that this is one of the weakest eras in football, possibly. But yeah, football isn't played on paper, people. It's not played on paper. So
remember that.
Everyone that's tuned in, big up to everyone who's liked. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. Sub to the channel. Let's get this video to 15 likes, and let's get to 370 subs, guys. As for Josh, back on Monday or Tuesday. We're back on Monday or Tuesday.
Should be good for that. I don't know what the topic is yet,
but we'll be back soon to discuss maybe preseason recap so far. I guess preseason recap, what we've seen so far. Maybe that. We could talk.
When do we play Arsenal play Newcastle in 2 days, so we have 2 games to go off from an Arsenal perspective, I suppose.
Where do you go to after Hong Kong? Do you play
Singapore? We play Newcastle and Tottenham in Singapore.
And then you go Hong Kong, right? Because you play Liverpool.
Okay.
Because you're playing Liverpool as well, I think.
Oh no, I don't think we are. We're playing Newcastle and Spurs. I think we played a week.
Spurs is in Hong Kong, I think.
Yeah, Spurs and Newcastle. Newcastle's either in Singapore or Hong Kong. Spurs is definitely in Hong Kong. I think that's where Gyökeres will make his debut.
I think Singapore. I think it's a good.
Yeah, and then we'll be back in London to play Villarreal and who's the other one? Who are we playing in the Emirates Cup? It might be Benfica.
Benfica probably.
I think it is Benfica.
If
And
it was
then obviously we have United at Old Trafford. Can't wait.
And on that bombshell, people, like, share, and sub. Let's get 370 subs. Josh will be back on Monday or Tuesday. We'll discuss all that. And big up to everyone who's tuned in, especially Mark. You're hilarious, my friend. Big up to you every single time. Big up to Mr. Josh J, who was here earlier. Big up to Arian. And big up to everyone who's tuned in. Let's hit the like button on your way out. Sub. Also, people, I just remembered. Do I have the F1 show tonight? Hold on. I need to have a look. Today is what? The day is 24. Yeah. I'm back tonight at 5 p.m. UK for the sprint preview, the F1 sprint preview. This weekend, I'll be doing F1 shows all across. So tomorrow will be the sprint review and the qualifying review, race review on Sunday night. Tonight will be the sprint preview. So tune into that, people. I'll be back with King. Hopefully, Augusta will be back. Maybe Liam will be back. And if Mr. Josh J is around, I can send you the link as well, bro. And big up to Josh. Big up to everyone. Big up to you, bro.
Thank you very much.
Sub, and we're out, people. Peace. 15 likes, 370 subs. Ten Hag. Hope you fail at Bayer Leverkusen. Ineos out. Blazers out. Peace.
Adios.